All right.
it out because I was fiddling with that. I forgot to close it back up.
So let's look at Gabe's code here. So we have goals. Nice. Like the goals. Was wanting to add directional movement with mouse and seamless change.
So I wanted it to repeat continuously without having a blank wide area, but I didn't know how to do that with the way I had it set up.
Cool.
And I wanted to be able to like, I figured this was out of reach, but I wanted to be able to like move the mouse and it would change going that way and going that way.
Oh, like have the trees like head towards the mouse essentially. Yeah, that's cool. That's hard, but maybe not undoable.
Yeah, it was just too fiddly at the time.
Okay.
And so there you have speed and number of trees.
Cool. And then we set it up with no movement at first.
Yeah.
And then you made a float array.
That will
called
print out all the trees, and I made it global so that it could be altered in the setup and then printed later in the drop.
Cool. All right. So this whole array, what kind of objects are in this array, guys? Anybody else? Like, what's the category of thing that array is made out of? Yeah, it's made out of floats, decimals, right? So we've got a whole list of decimals called trees, right? And we're making that a new float arrays where we take the tree density and multiply by 2.
Because later it'll go through a random generator, and it will randomize the x and y coordinates that many times, and then it will use those x and y coordinates to print out each tree.
Nice. So this array is really twice as long as there are a number of trees, right? Because he's going to use one coordinate for the x and one coordinate for the y for each tree. Okay, so then we set up our screen size, and then this thing is filling the trees array with... Oh, okay. So it's maybe a little bit worth noting right here that because of the way the next thing works, what's special about this screen? So what's this next thing doing? How about that? It's not creating trees, right? It's filling the trees array. See that?
It's just declared there, so that you use there. Is that what you're trying to do?
No. So this is going through, right? For integers starting at 0, going up to the number of things in the tree array, right? Keep in mind the tree array at this point is just a list of numbers. It's just a list of decimals. And then we're incrementing by 1. So we're going to go through, we're going to step through the tree array one step at a time. And at each step, we're going to draw a new random number from 0 up to the width, right? And we're going to shove that into the trees array. So my question is, why is our screen size here special? What was I going to use the numbers in the tree array for? I was going to use it to decide where to put the trees, right? It was going to be a random x, y coordinate. But all I pulled them out of was the width, right?
It's a square.
And this window happens to be square.
Right.
So if the window is not square, right? So if you change this to not square, what might happen to the trees? They might be drawn off screen or only in a band in the middle. You guys see that? Might be in funny places. You guys cool with that?
I don't remember if I bug tested that or not.
It's okay. If we wanted to make truly a random x and then a random y next, right? We'd do trees I is a random number up to the width. And then in here we'd add something like tree is...
Well, it only cares about the width, so I don't think the height will matter.
Yeah, that's my point. The height doesn't matter. So if I wanted the height to matter, right, I do something like this, right, to make these things in the trees array, to make them an X and then a Y, and then an X and then a Y, and then an X and then a Y.
And
I do
would
some...
save a few processes as well.
Probably. So if you, in here, if you put, what do you want to put in there to make that work? Yeah, you'd want to fill the next one, right? You'd want to fill one with an X, and then the next one with the Y. And then you'd want to, instead of incrementing by 1, you'd want to increment by 2s. You guys see that?
And then change the I plus plus of top to I plus 2.
You guys cool with that? But because the window's square, we don't have to do any of that crap.
I feel like it should work anyways.
It will work anyways. It'll only... let me see. Where do we put a tree?
Down.
Down here?
Past, yeah.
Okay, so each tree gets placed...
That's the XY coordinate, the tree's I and tree I plus 1.
Okay, so this thing gets added to the X coordinate, right? And then the next one is the Y. Okay, see that? And then this is... Tree's I is again an X coordinate, and tree's I plus 1 is again a Y.
And it's updating by I plus 2.
Yep, and then it's updating by I plus 2. So it's doing the thing that I thought it was, right? This whole long array has XY, then XY, then XY, then XY.
Why is it I plus 2?
Because it's incrementing up by 2s. You could write I equals I plus 2. Yeah, it's just a shortcut. Okay, cool. So if we run this, I think, oh, cool. So you used the move and display from somewhere. So you made a move method and a display method?
Yeah, I was trying, I was looking at some things where it was drawing and they separated them, so I just mimicked the same idea.
Yeah,
and
that's...
it was easier instead of having it.
Do you remember where you got this?
It was just on processing. I forget what I was looking at.
Yeah, this is, so the move and display methods like this are the example in the objects area,
Yeah.
which is what I'm going to go show you guys today. So you're going to see these again.
Yeah.
And the move method, right, just takes the old x and increments up by the speed. And then says if the x value gets bigger than the window, then you kick it back down to 0. So really, they could have done x equals x plus speed mod width there. And that would have worked as well. And then the display method is just setting a fill color and then drawing some trees, right? So if we run this, we should see it draw a whole mess of trees, and then all the trees should move.
Once they clear off the screen.
Oh yeah, and then it waits till the last one clears off the screen for the next one to come back around.
Yeah.
Cool.
And of course you can alter the number of trees and the speed on top.
Cool. So if we want to make this go faster, because I got bored, we could increment speed to 10. Zoom! Whoa. Cool.
And it's random every time.
Yeah, so they're generating at a random width, right? That's cool. Yeah, and I think we could have done here... whatever. Yeah, cool. That works really well. It's nice. It may have been less confusing, just like programmatically wise, if you had made 2 trees arrays, like a tree X array and a tree Y array, so that you didn't have to pull them out by 2s. Like, I admire the fact that you had one less declaration in here, but you did have to pull everything out by pairs. Cool. Like it.